Interior design marketing strategies for your business. We are here, episode number 8. Today I'm talking about 3 different strategies, a couple that were kind of and another one that was through the roof. Make sure that you are subscribed here with me before we dive in. I'm Claire Jefford Coaching. I also have another channel, actually. It's called Claire Jefford. If you love interior design and color, you're going to want to go check that out. So check the description below. And let's just dive straight right in here. Let's just do this. I'm excited. The first of these 3 strategies that I want to share with you today is getting signage on your automobile. So on my van, I had the back wrapped, just the back windshield, with an image of a client's living room, a custom living room that we had done. I had my logo on it, you'll see it here, and then at the bottom I had my really long website, which I think if I haven't talked about this, if you haven't seen me talk about the name of your website and long names, make sure you have my interior design business starter pack. I'll put links to it below. I believe only 2 people have ever contacted me over the last 5 or 6 years that I've had this on the back. So for me, it's not so much about, I mean, obviously it's great to get those phone calls, but for me, it was actually more about people seeing me. I had moms at the school saying like, oh, I saw you out and about around town. You know, again, top of mind. Oh, there she is. Or driving around my neighborhood, or when my friends would come, or parents of, my kids' friends would come and they would see my car parked in the driveway and they're like, oh, you do interior design? Yes, I do interior design. So again, it was just another layer that I had added in there that again didn't get me specific business, but kept me top of mind. And I did work with a couple of the people who had said to me, hey, I've seen you running around town. Then 2 years later, they also follow me on Facebook with that layer. I see them at the school. They talk to another parent who I did design services for. So all of these things layered in help to get you clients, get your word out there. Your word out there? The word out there. The other local initiative that I want to include in this video is when I put a postcard. Where's the postcard? This was the postcard that I put in my local, so at my bank. So as you go into the bank, there's a teller machine, and you will see they also have like a case, a glass case, and they have local business cards and people there. I have had this up, so I gave them 2, one for this side and one for this side. I have had this postcard up there probably for the best part of 4 years, actually, I would say. And I only had 1 phone call from that, and that was somebody who was trying to sell me something. However, as I just mentioned, it's the layering. And just remember, sometimes it just takes that 1 call. That's what I'm going to talk about right now. So I did a women's show. So I talked about how I actually had a booth at a women's show. That was one of my previous marketing strategies that I shared with you. But this was an opportunity to put a flyer in a bag of a women's show. So they said, we don't have any more spots available, but we are taking local businesses who want to pay $150, I think it was, to put 500 of your flyers in the first 500 bags of those who attended the show. From this initiative, I received 2 phone calls. The next call I got was from a lady who was starting her basement design. And she said, listen, we need to redesign our basement. It's unfinished, but we really want to see what the space is going to look like before. And I noticed from your flyer that you do space planning. All right, sorry. My battery just died. Hopefully I'm sitting in the same spot. Okay, because this is a good one, so don't go anywhere. Okay. So this lady said, do you do space planning? Yes. Why, yes, I do. And she hired me, had me in to do a consultation for her. And while I was there, her son was there, and it was his birthday the following week. And he said, oh, you're going to do our basement design? And I said, absolutely, yes. And he said, well, can you have it done by my birthday? And I said, well, when is your birthday? And he said, my birthday is, in 2 weeks. And I said, he was thinking like, can you have it all done, like the renovation done? I was like, oh, I laughed. I said, well, we're not HGTV. He said, oh, my uncle's on HGTV. And I said, oh, who's your uncle? And he said, Brian Baumler. Now, if you're familiar, if you're from Canada, you will definitely know who Brian Baumler is if you watch HGTV. If you do not, then he is a huge HGTV celebrity, a contractor within my local area. And then I looked at my client and I said, oh, that's interesting. She said, yes, his company will be doing the construction. And I started to get a little bit nervous because I was quite new into my business at this point. And I was like, oh my gosh, Brian's going to be seeing my plans. what happened was I did the design, I did the 3D design, and of course I knocked their socks off. And this took me a long time. This was one of my first basement renovations. I wasn't using Chief Architect at the time, which is, if you watch any of my other videos on my Jefford, which is the color and design channel, you will see some virtual walkthroughs. If you've heard me talk before, I talk about Chief Architect. This was when I was using Icovia, but I still really wanted to knock their socks off, just like I would, honestly, any other client. And the long and the short of this was, in terms of I presented, me and the husband got chatting. The husband was actually worked in marketing. I'm obviously a bit of a freak for marketing, love marketing in my business, and we really hit it off. And I got a phone call. They went ahead and they did the renovations, but I got a phone call within a few months, and I kept in touch and said, how's it going? And they called me back and said, we wanted to get in touch with you. My client, the gentleman, called me back and said, we are looking for a designer to work in the Baumler office, to work for the Baumler construction company. We need somebody who will do the consultation for the client, who will do a 3D design or do a design for the client, put together a package, and then we will put together, we will go away and we will do the renovation. And he said, would you like to come into the office and meet? Yeah, I would. So I get myself all organized. I have a look at their website and I print up some stuff and I sit down with them. And as soon as I sit down, the first thing my client said to the other gentleman who was sitting there meeting with me was, he looked at me and goes, I told you she was organized. Because I had something prepared for them. I wanted to show them what I could do and how I run my business. And, so, it's just really important to, kind of level it up. When I could have just walked in, I could have just showed up, but I was like, no, I want to level this up a little bit. This is a big opportunity for me. Needless to say, I worked with them for over the next year on over a dozen projects. And it's actually also where I got the incentive to not manage renovation projects, because if you know anything about me, I do not love the process of managing the GCs, ordering the tile, ordering the plumbing fixtures. I will spec everything, I will do the design, I will do on-site visits to meet with the client if they have specific questions once the reno is underway, but I do not love managing renovation projects. And this is where that kind of started for me, because I was like, hang on, you need me to do a consultation. Because they didn't want people just coming in wanting to meet Brian, like thinking that Brian would show up, because he was doing IGTV anyway. HG, I'm doing IGTV, he was doing HGTV. And so it was their way of making sure they were vetting to get good clients and getting the clients who were already investing in a consoles, who were willing to pay for a design plan, and then the team from Baumler would come in and they would give an estimate for the job. This to me was just match made in heaven, and really I loved it. I loved the whole concept. I truly enjoyed it. And it all came from this one flyer that I spent $150 on. And I say it came from the one flyer. It's not just from the one flyer. Obviously, I had my processes organized. My client could see that. They were impressed by the way that I delivered and did my presentation. So that is why I am also a big advocate of being organized in your business. Like I said, this was a fabulous opportunity, and now I have on my website that I mentioned, hey, I work with Brian Baumler's company. Like, people are like, whoa, who is this person, and how did you do this within the first couple of years of your business? Well, I was really organized, and I put myself out there. So if you are looking to organize your processes, please know that I do have my Rock the Initial Consultation along with an LOA and a starter pack. That's actually a 3-in-1 bundle. That's fabulous value for you. That takes you right from the start of the initial consultation, actually from the very first phone call all the way to the end of the consult. So what are all my templates, all my forms, all my drafted emails? You do not need to think about it. You even see me in a consultation meeting. How do I take control of the consultation? I don't take the tour. I also have my Rock the 3D presentation package. Guys, this is what happens when you're organized, when you got your together, pardon my French, and your clients see that. It opens up so many other opportunities. It gives you confidence. It gives your clients confidence in you. Check out my site if you're not sure about your processes, because all of this marketing is no good if you do not have your processes in place. If you are not organized in your business and you don't have confidence when it comes to communicating clearly with your clients. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and comment below. I would love to hear what strategies work for your business, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.